Good. All right, 2.2. Absolute value. So all absolute value means is distance from 0 on the number line. So right here, if I say, hey, this is 0, I've got -1, -2, -3, -4, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that was a bad 3. Well, just ignore that part right there. 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. So if I say absolute value and the absolute value sign looks like this. Absolute value of, it looks kind of like ones on either side of the number. -2. By the way, you should be on page 54 on this, following it while you're watching this video. You should not be on somewhere else. You should not just be watching the video on page 54. Pause the video, go to page 54, and make sure you're following along with, no, I'm talking to the person who's watching this video, dude. Sorry about that, that's Bryson's fault. Pause the video, go to page 54, follow along with this, take notes. If I'm writing on the board, you're writing. You can pause and take notes. So absolute value, you can kind of see on bottom page 54, A and B. It shows these little things, they look like ones on either side of it. That means absolute value. So the absolute value of 2 is, well, how far of -2, how far is -2 from 0? Well, it's 2 units. So you would just say 2. If I said the absolute value of -9, whoops, remember that's supposed to be that one looking thing. They're kind of like bars on either side. They're not supposed to be ones. It's supposed to be absolute value of -9. What's the absolute value of -9? Well, how many units, or how far is away is -9 from 0? It's 9 units away. So absolute value of -9 is 9. What about the absolute value of 5? How many units away from 0 is 5? Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. You might be sensing something here. Absolute value is always one thing. What is that one thing? That's right, it's always positive. 9 is positive, 5 is positive, 2 is positive. Even when the regular numbers here are negative. -2, -9, -5. Excuse me, sir. You're supposed to be working on that. I'm sorry, it's Bryson's fault again. He just really wants attention right now. So absolute value of -2 is 2, absolute value of -9 is 9, absolute value of 5 is 5. You're always going to have the absolute value be positive. It's all, and I don't mean like be positive as in bees are really cool, even though they are. And I don't mean be positive as in the blood type, even though that is a type of blood. I mean be positive mean that they're always going to be positive. You're welcome for that one. So if I said, hey, the absolute value of -624, what would you say? Well, it's still 624, or 624 units. So this is pretty simple. The whole assignment basically is you just need to take every positive number, write it over again. Take every negative number, write it positive again. Because when they say, what is the absolute value of a negative number, that means how far away from 0 is the negative number. So -624 is 624 units away from 0. So absolute value is always positive. Take some time to go through guided practice 1 through 12 on page 55. Remember, you can check guided practice answers in the back of your book. It is this little purple section back here. It says additional answers. Pause the video, make sure you know where that is. That's got guided practice answers in it, so you can always check guided practice answers at home, which if you're watching this video, you should always be checking the guided practice in the back of the book if we're not doing it in class. So check your guided practice in the back of the book for each of those answers. Make sure you're going through 1 through 12. It should take, you just basically look at every number. If it's negative, you say the answer is positive. If it's positive, you say the answer is positive. Make sure you can get it, and then you can start your assignment. Assignment's going to be, for day 1, is going to be numbers, oh no, I don't want that. Numbers 1 through 10, and this is on page 57. Alright, you're good.